Yesterday, I made a video about building a second brain system on Notion, and I'm not really happy with it. Today, I've started a new video on building a second brain in Notion, and I like this one a lot better, and I hope you do too. Let's get into it. So, as this is a project that we're going to be working on, we'll open it up a new project, and we'll call it Building a Life OS System. So, what we'll do is go down here and start a new page. Call this the Life OS System template. We're going to make it small text and full width so we can get much more on the screen. We'll do enter from the title, 3 wee dashes. We're going to make it 2 column, make a toggle heading 1, and we'll call it home. Over here we will have a toggle heading 3, and we'll come back to that. And then we're going to press the 3 little dots up here and copy the link to this page, and then go to our home section, and we're going to highlight the word home and paste it into that, and that now becomes a hyperlink for this page. And this is what we're going to attach to every page in this template, so that no matter where we are in the template, we can always come back to the home page. Let's just give it a wee icon as well for home. We'll make it orange, why not? We'll add a cover. So they've given us a spaceman, but we can change the cover to Unsplash. We can upload a cover, we can set a link to a cover. If we do upload, we do Unsplash. We'll just do nice plain white. We'll just do that, let's stay on, save. So now that we have these two, what we want to do is say this is our bottom line, and then underneath our bottom line, we're going to add another toggle, heading 1, and it's going to be our master databases area. And what we'll do is we'll copy this link to block and add it in there. So if that gets lost on any page, all we have to do is go to the master database, find it, copy it, and paste it into the place that we've lost it from. In the master databases, we can keep all our databases and pages, so that should we lose something on the home page, it can be found in the master databases. Now what we're going to do is build our templates. So we'll start a new page, and we'll call this one template. Don't need to make it full screen or small letters, and we're going to do another page, and we're going to call this one tasks. Under 3 lines for a divider, we will make this full width and small text, and then as always 2 columns. Block, drag it over. Just put a bit of text in there for now. Tasks, I'll do. And cover, change cover, unsplash. This one. What we're going to do now is add our database for tasks. So we want to do / table view database. That gives us a brand new database, and we'll call this one Life OS Tasks. And then we can hide that title if we want to. So now what we need to do, that we've got the table database set up, is a bit wider, and then we'll start adding our properties. So the first thing you're going to want to do on any task is a date. Date format for me is going to be day, month, year. Depending on where you are, that might be different, and I like a 24-hour date and time format. The next property is going to be a status for our tasks, and that is basically not started, in progress, or done. Nice and easy. We'll just leave that called status. The next property we're going to want to do is maybe a select, and we'll have that as personal tasks, work tasks, other, whatever you want to have. You can change the color of these by clicking the little dots. We'll make personal blue, we'll make work red, and other can just stay grey. So now if we do a new task, we'll call it example 1. We'll do it today. It will be a work task, and I have already started work, so it will be in progress. Nice and simple. And then as always, we have our home button, which will take us back to the beginning if we want to. So if we go back out into template pages and drop down and start a new page, we're going to call this projects. Enter 3 lines, small text, full width, and 2 columns as always. Copy, paste. And as before, we'll do a table. We want a table view database again, and this time we'll call the table LifeOS projects, and we'll hide that. As again, we have our name. It always starts off with our name. We're going to add this time just a status, not started, in progress, done. We're going to add a select again, and this time we can do personal projects, work projects, or other projects, and change them to the same color so we're all familiar. This time what we want to do is add a relation. What this will do is add the task table database to the projects table database. We don't want to have any limit. We're going to make it a two-way relation so it shows on both databases. We can just call this tasks, and we can call this projects. Add the relation, and if we start a new project, project 1, we'll start it. It's going to be a work task, and within the tasks relation, if you would think back, we had example 1, so there it is, example 1. So that is now related to the tasks, and if I click that, it will take us to the task where there's also the project relation is project 1. And that is how they work together, so that all tasks can be managed within the project, and you can filter, which we'll show later on, all tasks to the specific project that they're related to, so you don't see any other tasks outside the project that you're working with. Very, very handy. Go in and give this an icon, give it that project, and give it a cover, change cover, unsplash. Well, this one will just work our way along the page. That will do. So now we have our tasks and projects dashboards, if you like. Each page is its own dashboard, and inside those is the databases. As well add that home button. So now, if you remember our heading 3 that we made earlier that we didn't use, if we do the @ symbol and type in tasks, that is our symbol and our tasks dashboard that we built. So we'll click that, and that will take us directly to it. And what we also want to do is click the 6 little dots. We're going to click copy link. We'll go to our home page. We'll drop this down and we'll paste it in there. And it's going to be a linked view of the database in the tasks section. So we can access the tasks directly by clicking the link, or we can click home and access the database directly on the home dashboard. So if I create a new example, we'll make that Thursday. It's going to be personal. Don't need to relate it to your project just now. If I go into tasks, it's there, same information. And what I can also do with our drop down menu is we can do the same there, so that I'm in the projects table, and instead I don't want to go via home dashboard. I can just click drop down and go straight to tasks. So now that that is done, if we go back to the home dashboard, if we do the same thing again for our projects section, so we'll do 3 little lines, toggle heading 3 directly to the page, 3 little dots, copy the link back to the home screen, drop it down and paste in the linked view database, and there it is. Everything is accessible from the home dashboard, and we'll also add in our projects under the home button. So again, if we're in tasks and want to jump directly to the projects, we can, not going through the home screen. And that is the very basics of building your own LifeOS system template. You've already made tasks and projects, and new templates will be just as easy. And that will be in part 2 of this build along series, and we can also add much more properties to these as we go along. We'll build these up with the more dashboards that we make, more relations to other dashboards like notes, journaling, life areas, etc. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.